Uh,
When did you get this place?
10 years
10
ago
years,
now.
2014. Wow. This is the first place you moved into?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I had two journeys before. I had 2 seasons here,
Yeah.
2012 and 2013, and then when I came back at the end of 2013, then I moved into this temple, into this place, which of course was not a temple yet.
Yeah. So is this part of the Tantra, Vital Tantra system, trying to document everything like you're talking about?
Exactly. If you want to, the simplest, absolutely simplest way of looking at what I'm designing is taking this one, the Vital Tantra system.
Yeah.
And or the Vital Tantra model over here. And it is a little bit modified now, but basically this is what we're trying to do. Sex, body, mind, money, and spirit, and or sex, body, mind, action, and spirit, and to master those 5 areas in your life. So what does it mean to be a life master? For me is if you score at 80%, 80 to 100% in all these areas, that you don't have a major thing that is not working. For instance, you might have great sex, great relationship, your mind is functioning well, you are wealthy and you're connecting with spirit, but you have some really deep health issues. This is going to be the limiting factor that stops you from being happy. So in this place, this is what we are trying to do, is like to train you to be at 80% in all these areas. And so, for instance, when it comes to the body, is nutrition and movement. When it comes to the mind, it's discovering your own shadows and exploring and playing with that, how to release old traumas, how to shift limiting beliefs, which we did here, I remember.
We did, you remember?
Yes, and there was a moment where, we went, this is a limiting belief, we're done with that, we're gonna expand it to another level. Yeah. And I remember seeing your face and the expression in your body, how it was like a radical change. But this change, if we don't identify the exact strategy or the coaching strategy to go from one to the other, then it can take you years. You can go to therapy and be like, I'm feeling, and keep on going into the talking mode instead of shifting the vibration frequency. So this is the idea, it's like to be the core, the way I look at Tantra. For me, it's a complete path of life mastery. I want to be a life master, or master of my life. And I want to be able to impact people with becoming a little bit more masters of their life, right? So be master of your life, and another one is Tantra is a complete path of awakening. Awakening means being able to enter into precisely 5th or 6th dimension. Instead of being trapped in the matrix, you go like, okay, I'm accessing something that is new in the field. And I've got a couple of charts over here, but basically it means, you see the thing over there, energy, realities, physical, astral, mental, buddhic, nirvanic. So the mental, astral, and physical, that you can call that your egoic identity or personal identity. And then when you move into the Buddhic, you enter into universal identity. So when we wake up, it's like we break through this barrier of the limitation of our personality, and we tap into the next level. So those are moments of awakening.
Yeah. Can you talk a bit about the physical space? I know, from your teachings, you're very intentional about everything, and I'm curious what your intention was. You already mentioned some of the mantras here on the floor, like in the design of the space. You upgraded it since the last time I was here. Can you share a little bit about your thinking, your design into the temple? Well,
I was lucky enough to find a place which had already the octagon, right? Octagonal. Yeah. So it's sacred geometry already. Yeah. If you go to Egypt and you go to a pyramid, it's a crystal shape, right? It's a crystal shape. So sacred geometry is like portals of energy. So when I arrive over here, I go like, well, I'm not in a pyramid, but close enough. If you go to the top over there, of course, the 8 branches come into a roof. So it's an octagonal pyramid with like the roots going there. So that's the first thing. It feels that I'm really in a temple space by the design that was generated there. Then the other aspects is like, I wake up in the morning, I do some meditation, do some drumming, and then I start having visions. I go like, what do I see? And then I go like, you have to clean that space. And then I go like, it's not a voice, but a feeling or a sensation. Then I have an idea, and then I go like, okay, I do it. And sometimes I don't do it. Sometimes I keep it for a while, and then it keeps coming, like something that is important to do. Like for instance, I had a room here and then another room there, right? And at some point it was like, these rooms need to go. There is separation. And the moment I open the space, and then coming into the space and feeling that open, it feels like it's a part of my mind. Separation in my mind has been removed. So it's a unification process. I did the same upstairs, removing the walls, and suddenly it's almost like everything becomes unified. Because this was a bedroom and this was an office.
Yeah,
right?
I remember.
So now instead of those things being separated entities in our mind, they become unified in my field as well. So it feels like the temple is like a projection of myself. Right?
Can we see upstairs?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go and check it out.
Wow. Like this.
Yeah.
Vital
no
communication.
No photography.
We get an exception this time.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, so this used to be separate rooms as well, with walls. There were windows over here, so we opened the whole space to create a kind of treehouse feeling. And it was not a mental decision. It was like, one day I see this wall and I go like, my former friend who is very good with, I say, is it easy to take it off? He said, oh yeah. And then he was moving it out and I said, what about that wall over here? I say, oh yeah. I say, well, this one has to go as well. And I realized that I had the whole vision. I said, oh, we're going to take down this. And then within a month, the whole thing was done. And then I remember waking up in the middle of the night over here. I sleep over here, right? And being like, just like the spaciousness, right?
Yeah.
The breathing. And it's something that I notice now because I'm constantly, it's like sleeping outdoor, right?
Yeah.
I'm camping all the time, which feels really good.
I'm curious, like what was going on in your head at the time, because you feel like the house is almost a representation of the self and the psyche, and you were just opening up all of these walls to this.
Well, imagine that the impulse comes from an energetic space, right? Yeah. It's like from a higher place, and then that's being transmitted, and you have no choice but to say it, to be a yes to that. Exactly in the same way as you make decisions in life, right? Yep. And you go like, oh, we're going to go to Bali, right? And you're not like filtering or trying to mentalize it too much. You go like, that's where we are going, right? And then you figure it out along the way. And the way to test the waters is does it feel good? Do you get a yes? Is it just a one-day idea, or is it something that stays in the field, that lingers in the field for a long period of time? So that's the way I make the decisions about all that. But it's mostly intuitive. It's mostly like some of these decisions are not very, they don't make sense on the spot. Like sometimes I buy some stuff and I'm like, I don't know why I'm buying this, but I think it has to do with being the space, and it only makes sense 1 year later. Then I found a use. Like, oh, this is why I got this stuff.
Yeah. You've got a lot of these statues, like Hindu theology. Is this kind of the theology that's most spoken to you through your life?
Right now, yes, but there is like the Egyptian is very strong as well. Yeah. And but yeah, those are like the deities or the forces that they are aspects of ourselves, right?
Yeah.
So that's the way I look at it. Like for instance, Hanuman here is like the power of devotion and fire and dedication, and he's a warrior as well, so he gets things done. This is the beauty of Shakti. It could be Sundari or one of those goddesses. It's like the purity of the feminine, and then so this would be the light feminine, and then you have the dark feminine over here. And Ganesh is the removal of obstacles and power as well. You see that he's dancing, and I was thinking, is it a female Ganesh? No. But then you have the cosmic dancer over here, and which is like, it's more like an androgyne figure. Yeah. It's neither male or female. I mean, tradition, it's Shiva and it's Nataraj, and it's associated with a male figure. But I think that it's something that goes beyond this gender thing. So yeah, that's again, you know, I go to a shop, I see those statues, I forget about it, and then it comes back. No, you've got
impulse.
You've got to go and get it. I had the same thing with the gong downstairs.
Yeah,
it's like I see it, I go like, oh, too expensive, I'm not going to get it. And 3 months later, it's still in my field. And then the owner of the shop, he says, oh, you still want that gong? I can give you a price. Then we get, and then eventually get a different one. But basically, it's like it keeps coming, you know, as a calling. And something else that I have over here is like all the necklaces, right? Those ones are like initiation necklaces, which is what I'm wearing over here.
Yeah.
And when we do practices, then I give you a necklace to wear. And if you want to keep it, then you can buy it. But basically, it's like there is the temple out there, and then there is your body as a temple. Do you have any tattoos?
No, not yet.
No, exactly.
Do you?
No tattoos, but as you can see, I'm
markings galore.
Yeah, putting lots of things on my body all the time. Yeah.
Should we? Can we go a bit in the time? Should we do maybe like activation, like a movement thing downstairs?
Sure. Yeah.